I'm David Levinson, the president of Norwalk Community College, and it's my great pleasure to welcome you this afternoon to our Got Ideas Idea Pitch Contest. If you look at the successful companies and corporations of today, what you see is exquisite teamwork. And teamwork is something that we accentuate through all of our classes, and is something that we want our students to excel in. So it's my great pleasure to welcome you this afternoon, to thank the Norwalk Community College Foundation for their sponsorship of this event in honor of their 50th anniversary. And now it's my great pleasure to introduce Stuart Weismiller, president of the Norwalk Community College Foundation.
As Dr. Levinson mentioned, this is our second time doing this, and we initially started out with 13 different teams representing about 31 students, and over the process of a couple of weeks narrowed it down to our remaining 5. On behalf of the foundation, I do want to say a few words about entrepreneurship. We believe that it is definitely within our mission to support entrepreneurship as a way to empower students with the entrepreneurial skills, the drive, and the mindset to be successful, not only in college, but also in the workforce and in life in general. And right now, I'm honored to introduce our esteemed panel of judges: Joe Zimmel, Dr. Tom Fala, Mark DeCrucio, Bob Dylan Schneider, and Lexi Andrews. Each of them is an entrepreneur in their own right. Now I would like to introduce Carol Heller, who is Senior Vice President, Manager of Social Responsibility at Bank of America.
So it's great to be here this afternoon. We're thrilled to be able to support this initiative. In the state of Connecticut, Bank of America provides over $3 million in philanthropic support to a variety of foundation and community support initiatives. And this one is just sort of a great example of terrific work that is being done out in the community, and terrific partnerships are happening all throughout the state of Connecticut.
So we have 5 teams that have prepared very long and hard to give their presentations today. And we'll start with the Student Stop mobile app.
My name is Saw. I came into this country when I was 17 years old. A year later, I'm at NCC. I got no friends. I don't know where to study. I don't even know what's happening around me.
I'm Handy.
I'm Carolyn.
We're only 4 miles away, yet we still face the same tragedies that Saw here suffered.
Knowing these hardships preventing us from reaching our full potential as students, we're here to provide you with a tool to succeed.
Student Stop, a one-stop app that helps students connect. Student Stop has 3 main functions: Study Locator, Study Buddy, and Event Notification. Location Finder uses a GPS function on your mobile phone in order to track the user's location to find nearby possible places to study. For example, here you can see actual places that you can go study in downtown Stamford. Location Finder also has a filter that allows the user to customize their locations specifically to how they want to study. For example, you can choose a noise level or certain amenities like Wi-Fi and cafe.
So now that you have found a place to study, what if you wanted to find someone to study with? We did a survey asking over 100 students various questions, one of them being if they found studying with other students beneficial. 79% of those students agreed, which brings us to our next feature, Study Buddy. The Study Buddy feature allows you, the user, to connect with other nearby students that are interested in finding what we call a study buddy. You would simply click on the feature, options for possible candidates would pop up, and based on your preferences, like your major, you would choose whether to study buddy or not. So my major is business management, so for Carolyn here, I would most likely choose the study buddy. And for Saw, maybe later.
We believe events are the strings in a community that binds it together. So that's why our third function is an event notification feature. Occasionally, students miss out on beneficial opportunities due to lack of knowledge. In fact, one of our survey findings was that an alarming 80% of students do not even bother looking at notice boards, such as this one. That's a whole lot of students missing out on a whole lot of opportunities. This is when our event notification feature comes in handy. It offers precise and detailed descriptions of events, including the location, date, time, and duration. To make things easier, users can even add events of interest in the calendar so they can be notified later when the actual date approaches.
Now, a lot of you may be thinking, isn't there something as awesome as this already out there? Well, we did our research, and unfortunately, there isn't. There's Yelp, but it doesn't provide study locations. There's Tinder, but it's not exactly for studying. And there's Nudge, but its focus is not on the students. And yes, some colleges do have their own apps like Southern or UConn, but it's only for their students and not a community. This is what sets Student Stop apart from all these other apps, thereby making it unique.
Typically, mobile apps are costly due to the legal and developing fees. However, as a means of cutting down costs, we contacted willing computer science students who are more than eager to help us with the coding and development process. Also, we will be recruiting capable and talented NCC students in the creation of our app. In terms of revenue, we saw that with the popularity among students and teachers that crowdfunding was the way to go. In fact, 85% of students said that they were more than willing to pay $1.99 in order to have access to the wonderful features that Student Stop offers. Lastly, we will also be depending on advertising fees in order to further fund our research and development for Student Stop.
All great things come from humble beginnings. Facebook started in a dorm room. Apple started in a basement. Ours started in a fateful encounter in the West cafeteria. Our emphasis currently lies with community college students, but we believe with our impending success, we can improve Student Stop's capabilities towards an expanded market of all students.
Based on our years and experience here, we know and understand how important connection can be. We know that lacking connection to the institution and classmates can make a student feel unengaged and isolated. If students were more active and had more interactions with faculty and other students, we believe that they'd be more likely to succeed in college. So when you make your decision, don't just think about us. Think about your sons, your daughters, nieces, nephews, brothers, sisters, and the millions of community college students that would benefit tremendously, enormously, from using Student Stop. It's a small app that can make a world of difference. Thank you.
The next team, True Beans.
Who here has ever had a bad day? It could be sitting in traffic all day long, or it could be studying for 4 exams in one day. And to be honest, in this day and age, it's hard not to have a stressful day. When I was about 6 years old, I tried to bake coffee. I tried to microwave cookie dough on a piece of foil. Of course, within seconds, the microwave started spewing out sparks. And my mom ran into the kitchen yelling at me that I wasn't supposed to put metal in a microwave. And as a 6-year-old, that was very stressful. So I ran off into my room and I cried. But, a few moments later, my room was filled with the most wonderful aroma I've ever smelled. And I turn around and I see that my mom is holding a plate of fresh baked cookies. And at that moment, there's no better feeling than smelling the steaming chocolate off the cookie. Now that I'm older, it's harder to find moments like that. My mom doesn't sit around to bake me cookies anymore. But I still find solace in having a warm cup of coffee and fresh baked goods. So at True Beans, we've created a product that brings back that comfort through the warmth of coffee. And we call it the Simmer Cup. And we have the product right here. So as you can see, it sits on top of the cup, and using the heat from your coffee, it warms up your cookie. And to be honest, there's no other product in the marketplace that can do what our product does, which is to relieve stress for just a few moments in your day. And there are ways to de-stress like yoga or meditating, but not everyone has that hour of the day to schedule for such an activity. And our cup, our Simmer Cup, provides that 5 minutes of your day that you can spend to relax and enjoy your moment.
As a father of a 7-year-old boy, hello son, and one on the way, I'm always on the move. It's either commuting from school to work, to school, home, picking and dropping off my son. I don't have time to myself, especially when I get stuck in traffic. I use my Simmer Cup to give me a minute of happiness, to enjoy my day. It takes me back when I feel safe and comfort, and that's what the product is. We have reached out to a few molding companies, and our initial cost is $29,000. And it includes one-time fee for the molding, tumblers, material, production cost. We're planning to sell the product for $5, making a profit of $350. We have also asked few of the coffee shops to price a product as a retail, and the average number is $7.50.
So as we were in the process in developing the Simmer Cup, we ran across some problems. We surveyed people asking them what changes would they like to see in the Simmer Cup. Some people responded, most people don't eat cookies every morning. So we decided to work on a new lid, one that will allow you to place a muffin on top of the lid just as a cup holder. We are currently on the process of developing this new lid.
The main purpose of our product is to give you that piece of happiness, to take you back in those memories when we felt loved, cared, and saved. Thank you.
Harmony app.
Have you ever been late to a class or missed a class due to a public transport issue or a transport issue in general? Maybe severe traffic? Me too. Bonnie Snyder of Faculty Focus blog believes that us late students are contemptuous of others, defiant, and rude. So are we? Of course not. We know that we have genuine transportation issues that eat up our time. A survey done by NCC's chapter PTK, the National Honor Society, identified that 95% of students who are not currently involved in clubs, student events, and student activities were not involved due to time. It is no wonder when it can take 4 or more hours for us to travel by public transportation to and from NCC each day. In addition, we have a host of other challenges that we must face, including carbon footprint concerns, finding a legal parking spot on campus, personal safety concerns, waiting for the bus late at night, and physical safety concerns when we can only stand on the bus. We're going down I-95 and it's hurtling 55 miles an hour or more. There has to be a better way.
Fortunately, there is. We've been working on a solution to create greater commuter harmony, and we call this solution Carmony. Basically, it connects NCC student and staff who drive with those of us in our community who don't. Whether that's because we normally take public transportation, or maybe this time we don't want to drive. We want someone else to do that. Whether we have need for only a single solution right now, or whether we want to develop a long-term solution, say, based off of our class schedule. Carmony's got us covered. And it's real simple. 3 steps. First, you sign up. And in the sign-up process, your account will be connected to your NCC student ID and photo, so that people know that you are exactly who you say you are, and we can trust you. Second, we will ask you a series of questions so that we can better understand what your commuter needs are. And third, we'll show you a list of all the people who can possibly fill those needs. Now on screen you could see a mock-up of the actual list. And the important things here are you see the person's face. Even if you don't know their name, you can recognize them. And you see their name, and you see how far away they are, and a rating system based on peer review. You'll also see something new. At the corner of each image is a score. We call this your karma score, spelled with a C. Basically, your karma is our way of rewarding users for contributing to efficiency, safety, and just using the app, serving the community. And the higher your score, the more benefits you get. Discounts, coupons, freebies. These are all great things. And the wonderful thing about this is, this also increases your credibility. If someone sees that you have a higher karma score, they're way more likely to get in your car. Now, we know that there is a need for this in the community because we did a survey and we found that 85% of you actually are open to trying our app. That's a really great starting off point.
We're going to finalize our financials this summer when we do our business plan. We're just in the ideas phase yet right now, but we anticipate that passengers will spend 30 cents for the service, half of which will go to Carmony and half of which will go to the driver. We also anticipate it will cost around $180,000 to create, but we can do some of that work ourselves to bring those costs down, which we'll identify during the summer. Separately, we expect to have the app ready and testing spring semester of 2017 here at NCC, then to be rolled out to the over 1,400 community college campuses across the nation.
We've all had commuter issues, but if we can all just work together, we can solve them. And Carmony can help us do that in a safe, efficient, and friendly way. Thank you.
The next team is Pill Skill Pharmacology app.
How many of you here know somebody who takes prescription medications? Well, 65% of US populations take prescription medications these days. And the truth is, they could be dangerous. In hospitals alone, 1 in 5 medication doses are wrongfully administered. And I know this firsthand. I grew up in a small town in Siberia, and it was my babushka, grandma in Russian, who was taking care of me. I love her so much. So she's 83 years old now, and she suffers from hypertension. One day, she was prescribed a wrong medication and ended up in a hospital for 2 weeks. And the truth is, it could have been easily preventable. Medication error is a huge mistake and a big problem. And there's one key solution to this, is education of healthcare professionals, specifically drug knowledge. Have you ever tried to study pharmacology? I did. And let me tell you, it's just like running up a hill with one leg. It's dry, it's technical, and the list of medications goes on forever. When I started pharmacology in my second semester of nursing school, so I quickly realized that I need some additional study materials, and I ordered a bunch of them. To my disappointment, none of them worked. So I decided to come up with a better solution. PillSkill app combines a textbook with a sketchbook, all in one. So it consists of 3 different strategies of learning. It's storytelling, use of visuals, and learning by doing. So let me show you how it works. So let's say you study medication etanercept, which is used for rheumatoid arthritis. So if you look at the app, on the left side, you'll have all of the drug information, and on the bottom, a catchy story to comes with it. So let's look at the story. E.T. comes to a planet human body to suppress inflammation opposition army, consisting of TNF soldiers. So you ask, why E.T.? If you notice, medication starts with 2 letters, E and T. And this is also an alien from an 80s movie. So, if you look at the medication and the name, and it also, his hand somehow reminded me of an arthritic hand. So you have that. During the war, he got injured by a soldier, Steven Johnson, and got rash and blisters, which also a side effect of the medication. So let's say if you want to draw it. Main character will be an E.T., and he fights or intercepts with TNF soldier Steven Johnson. And if you notice, he has a little rash on him, which signifies a Steven Johnson syndrome. Let's say if you don't want to draw. PillSkill app has a functionality where you could copy and paste images right from online and paste it into your application. So let's talk about viability. There are 260,000 students enrolled in nursing programs. And that is just nursing population alone. So let's take, if we take into consideration other medical healthcare professionals, so the number would be even higher. So I conducted a survey among nursing students at NCC. So according to that, there's 50% of students will be interested in purchasing the app. So conservatively speaking, if only 0.5% of nursing student population will purchase this app, the profit will be $22,000 over a 5-year period. It was my babushka who was the reason why I wanted to become a nurse and why I care about this app so much. I wouldn't want anyone's grandma to go through what my babushka had to go through. Would you rather take chances or ensure that you and your loved ones will get a right medication? Let's make sure pills don't kill. Choose to study with PhilSkill. Thank you.
And following is Holy Shot Coffee Company.
$9 a day. That's how much farmers like Don Alfonso Osorio and his son Juan make for filling up 3 of these bags full of coffee, full of the coffee that we drink every day. Waking up at 4 a.m. to hike up and down that hilly terrain, hand-picking those beans for 13 hours straight. And what do they get for it? $9. But wait a minute, that doesn't seem right. Because my venti soy latte with 2 shots of espresso I bought this morning was $7. Where did all that money go? Well, consider this. The average barista makes $80 a day. Howard Schultz, the CEO of Starbucks, $66,000 a day. And our friend, Don Alfonso, $9.
I grew up in Risaralda, Colombia, a place where coffee is everything. My grandfather always said to me, "Mamita, café es vida." My love, coffee is life. And indeed, I grew up with this idea of trading coffee beans in the market to fulfill other necessities of life. I was exposed to the constant hard work of my father in the fields. And I remember following him alongside while he has to work long and exhausting hours, feeding for us and creating a better future for us. Everything that I learned, everything that I know about the coffee industry comes from working with my father. And today, I'll feel proud to present to you the Holy Shot Coffee Company, a company that will provide you, the consumer, with the best quality from Colombia, while ensuring to every farmer a fair compensation for his effort and sacrifice.
Holy Shot Coffee Company will sell the Castilla variety of coffee, whose quality is in the top 16% of beans produced worldwide. Also, because of our extremely close and unique relationship with our partner farm, we are able to reach a level of quality control that will be unmatched by our competitors. In this industry, quality control, transparency, and knowing exactly how your product is produced is everything. At Holy Shot, this is what we do best. The second way in which we completely differentiate ourselves is our mission for social responsibility. Our initial step toward providing fair compensation to our farmers is to give a Chromebook laptop to every single child living on our farm using the proceeds from our sales. This will give these kids educational access to the internet for the very first time in their lives. Then, once we are financially sound and have healthy cash flows, we will begin paying our farmers a premium price for each pound of coffee at $2. Considering the average industry standard of only $1.23 and even the fair trade price that is only 8 cents more, this policy will make us pioneers in the battle for equal pay.
We have carefully planned how are we going to finance this. Our raw material, the green coffee, certified by Rainforest Alliance, will be provided by my father as a form of investment. That will allow us to substantially decrease our cost. Holy Shot will start selling 230 bags, like this one, at a price of $19 per bag. As you can see in the chart, our total cost is $3,500, and we have estimated a total revenue of $4,400, making a profit of $800 for our first coffee batch. Now the question is, who will buy our coffee?
We, the millennials, popularized Tom's. Patagonia's mission to solving global environmental crises has been widely supported by many of us. And why? Because we care about how the products we buy are produced. We want to see our companies use our support to give back to our communities. Holy Shot Coffee Company is for the people who believe you must vote with your wallet if you want to be part of the change you wish to see in the world. Our company is for the Brooklyn hipsters, the stay-at-home dads, the stressful businesswomen, but most importantly, for the people who love good coffee.
To us, this company is so much more than just a side project or a career path. The reason we care so much about the quality of our beans and the way in which we impact our farmers and our customers is actually because we realized we were given an opportunity for a better life. And as we built Holy Shot, we also realized that kids like Juan simply don't have the resources available to them to improve their standard of living, no matter how badly they may want it. We made a choice to help build a future in which Mr. Alfonso can watch Juan walk down his life path with a diploma in hand, not a coffee bean sack. And we hope you'll join us. Thank you.
I think the overall experience for the students in working in a team was really outstanding. And I think probably the most valuable piece that I saw the teams working towards was the ability to adapt, that rather than saying it's got to be perfect, and if it's not perfect, then it's bad, it was, as entrepreneurs, there's always going to be things that go wrong, and they learned how to adapt beautifully.
Before I announce the winners, let's just give everybody one big round of applause, because you all did extremely, extremely well. So, the first participation award is going to True Beans, and the mentor is Chip Weissmiller. True Beans and Chip. The next participation award is going to Carmony, and the mentor for that team was NCC Foundation board member Howard Stecker. The third place prize is being awarded to Team Pilskill, and her mentor was Vaso Kelly. The judges felt that both Holy Shot and Student Stop were equally great, so that we could have 2 first place winners. How about that? In no particular order, I'm going to ask Holy Shot to join me on the podium along with Stuart Weissmiller. All right, and last but not least, Student Stop can join me with their mentor, Martha Poulter. And again, both Stuart and Martha are members of the NCC Foundation. And a special thanks to the judges for being able to make this happen for the students. Really appreciate it.